right, long-suffering Falcons fans, you are tuned into FinCast, brought to you by Scana Energy, the official natural gas partner of your Atlanta Falcons. Alongside me, as always, is the Fin in FinCast, Mr. Brian Finneran.
What up?
Behind the glass, our producer, Mr. Andrew Groover. And I am Tyler Nelson. Where do we start? Finn, a not only disappointing loss in in Berlin, and so much to say about that, I think. And now we come up against the Panthers. But first, there's a whole lot of other things I think we can talk about with this absolutely ridiculous franchise. And I have a word, and I want to, I'll get to come back to this, but I have one word that describes a team. Finn, first you go, please. Just give me something.
So, some viral moments, you could say, real quick, just from this week's press conferences. And I thought after the game, too, in the post-game press room, I've never seen Michael Penix, and I've seen very few quarterbacks looked as dejected and down on themselves and their situation that I did after that game in Germany, in Berlin. To hear him, the way he looked, the way he spoke, it's the first time I've really seen him look like that. And it was like, oh my God, almost concerning to a certain extent.
Yeah. He looked like he'd just gotten broken up with in the 8th grade, man. It was bad.
It was bad. His words were different. His demeanor was different. His attitude was different. It was very strange. And then something came up just Wednesday this week where he was asked by, I think it's Allison Mastrangelo, and she asked him, outside of your faith, is there anyone you lean on for support, I guess? Yep. And the answer, I think, gave a long pause, and then decided he was going to talk about.
He went on about his fiance.
Yeah,
which is great.
He can talk to her about anything, his fiance, which makes perfect sense. Yeah. And then also went on to say about the physical part of it. I have quarterback coaches back home that call me, and I can talk to them whenever I want, and we go back and forth and chop it up about different things. So it was interesting because a lot of people took it out of context, including us early this morning on Wednesday or Thursday, where it sounded like he doesn't get along with people on the team. It sounds like he doesn't rely on people on the team, coaching staff, scouts, anybody, because he just mentioned his fiance and former quarterback coaches. So a little eye-opening for a minute. Then you get the background of it, and it kind of makes a little bit more sense. So people are losing their minds. And it was unfortunate, I would say.
I saw a headline that said that Michael Penix just handed Raheem Morris his pink slip. Right. But here's the thing for me, that even in context, I still think if he's asked outside of his faith, which is an interpersonal thing, obviously, but if outside of that, who do you lean on? He said his fiance. Of course, that should be number one. He listed former people that are part of his professional upbringing, his college and high school coaches and whatever, right? He still didn't say anybody on his team. Right, and even if that's not as damning as it originally sounds, it still is paints a picture of what I think is going on. Because you never see any coaches go talk to him on the sideline ever.
Please don't yell at me.
Sorry, I'm yelling at the universe.
I'm going to disagree only because I think in his mind, and when he heard the question, the way it was phrased, I think he thought the answer needed to be outside of the building he was in. Yes, so I'm going to chalk it up to that. And I'm going to hope to God that they get this thing turned around and make it happen. Another thing that broke this week in an interview Raheem Morris had with the Flagship, he talked about Darnell Mooney. And he was asked about the connection between Michael Penix and Darnell Mooney. This is fascinating. It came up yesterday because I talked to Roddy White 2 days ago, and we were going back and forth about this team and the struggles and what's happening. And we talked about him not being on the same page with the receivers, specifically Darnell Mooney. Right? And
he had a killer year last year.
You can see it. He had a killer year because him and Kirk Cousins worked together in training camp, in preseason, and during the season. They built a rapport and a relationship.
Sure.
You can't play football with a guy that doesn't practice. And Darnell Mooney has not practiced. When I say has not practiced, I mean has not practiced. Hurt his shoulder. Was reported
quote, unquote,
first day of training camp. Found out yesterday, week 11. Week 12, he broke his collarbone.
And he was using that as an excuse, right? So, like, then he's not doing well because
well, then
he broke his collarbone.
He broke his collarbone.
I've broken my collarbone twice on my non-dominant hand.
Brutal.
It
so
sucks.
Painful.
It's very painful. Like depending, it can hurt to breathe in. So
try coming back and trying to come back and play football.
Yeah.
So he came.
I actually did it playing football.
My kids did it too, playing football. I've never had it happen Thank God. I've separated this shoulder.
Yeah.
You've heard everything else.
And this one, I've separated. My collarbone bone is stronger than yours, apparently.
Yeah, it is.
The shoulder, not so much. So I was like, why is he out so long? Because I've had AC sprains. I think I said it early in the season. It's like, why is he missing so much time, even the preseason? And it turns out, I said, he either got a bad AC sprain, which is like 3 to 5 weeks at most, or he broke his shoulder in half.
Right.
Come and find out.
That's what it was.
Yesterday, he had a broken collarbone.
So go ahead.
Just to clarify, you cannot play a receiver in this league, and you cannot be a quarterback and not work together every single day of practice, a full speed. Watch a quarterback, the good ones, when they hit their back step and that ball comes out and that receiver is just turning around, hasn't even looked for the ball yet, and then he turns and the ball's halfway there.
Yep.
That's timing. That's understanding where you're going to be. That's having faith in your guy being in the right spot at the right time. All of it has to do with practice, and make it perfect. And you keep throwing him out there. He's got 13 catches and 38 targets. I mean, are you serious?
Woof.
There's guys on the practice squad that have been there all year long. There's other guys. Oh, what happened to Ray-Ray McCloud? Nobody knows because he just up and got fired when he was healthy and got cut for no reason.
Yeah.
Because the rumor is he got into it with Raheem Morris about the firing of Ike Hilliard, which we still don't know why the bleep that happened.
Yeah. I don't understand why everybody isn't getting in Raheem Morris's face.
So I have 2 issues with this.
Okay.
Why? I get you don't have to report injuries during training camp. You don't have to do that till the season. But why not just say he has a broken collarbone? Because if you do that, then the media is going to stop asking you every day for updates. They're going to, and even worse,
why are you bringing logic into this?
Teammates,
right?
Hey, when's he going to be?
How's Darnell looking?
Yeah, and also add a freaking receiver. Like, why would we go into the season with someone with a broken collarbone? We added DJ Chark for like a week or 2 and cut him.
Awful.
But like David Stills, why he is a practice squad player? Why are we relying on people like that? And then we cut Ray-Ray for God knows whatever reason. Sources.
I know. I can't wait to find out.
I've given up expecting this franchise, to do the right or even sensible thing. So when I read this last night, I chuckled and like, of course, 2 freaking years in a row. 2 years in a row that this coaching staff has either not known or refused to divulge a major problem with the offensive player. Last year, Kirk Cousins. This year, Darnell Mooney. And that says that they don't either care and or trust the fan base to deal with that information, right? You know what? I'm sorry, our quarterback is hurt. We spent a bunch of money. It happens in football. We got to go to the kid.
The only reason I can think of that they would do this, and I don't know if this is the reason, maybe they didn't want other teams to know that their number 2 receiver is going to be out for a significant amount of time, because if other teams know that, they're going to ask for more in return if you're trying to trade someone. That's the only thing I can come up with.
And that's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. Well, and then, like you said, to not add another wide receiver, to out of nowhere cut Ray-Ray McCloud, or to whatever that clusterfuck is.
Yeah. The whole thing's kind of a disaster. I guess the biggest point there is you're setting your young quarterback up for disaster and defeat, and to look like he looked at the press conference in Berlin. Well,
and teaching a young player in the NFL and the proposed leader of this franchise to be duplicitous, right? That the only way to get what you like to communicate with the
what does that word mean?
I was about to say, there's your big word in the podcast.
Jesus Christ, y'all! Underhanded, backstabby, to deceitful, right?
A dictionary when we do this.
I'm sorry that y'all didn't go to
I went to Alabama, right?
Yeah, there it is.
And, C's get degrees, baby.
Yeah, I expect it from the NFL player. He doesn't need to be have a big a lot
of concussions.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just.
Well, hold on. I said earlier. I'm sorry to interrupt, Finn, but I came up with the correct word. One word to describe this team in recently. Farcical.
I knew it'd be a big word.
Farcical.
That's a 7-letter word.
Okay, maybe not.
Farcical. It's a farce. They are a farce. Do you need me to explain that word? Farcical?
No, I know it.
It's absolutely. It's a joke. Because as I just heard Chris Domino saying on 680 The Fan, we went from being irrelevant to mocked. We are often talked about on NFL Network. And
it's kind of been even more than that. Relevant because of what you thought maybe you could do in a weak division with a soft schedule.
Right.
To losing 4 in a row, losing a couple in a row in bad fashion, irrelevant, and then losing 2 more with any way you can figure out how to lose, we can do it, into being mocked. So it's been a nice little full
circle.
Yes. Brutal. So not good. tough loss last week, or another game where you had a chance to win, and you just don't have like that.
And
gene.
they tried to hand it to us, man. They tried their best.
You can't. It's did we turn the ball over?
No.
We didn't turn the ball over. I don't think we sacked their quarterback 7 times.
7 times and 2
Defense
turnovers.
has been lights out.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot co-sign on that because you gave up 550 yards last week.
That's true.
But still, even still, they have been more than good enough to be the positive side of 500.
Totally agree. They have not been the biggest issue, but you can't give up a 244-yard rusher. You can't give up 323 yards rushing to an NFL football team and not fix it when your defensive-minded head coach and Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, stand on the field watching it happen.
Yeah. And in a certain fairness, the play that they gave up on,
the 83-yard touchdown?
Yes, that he took for 83 yards, was the longest of the NFL season, breaking Bijan's.
It's there's a couple things that I went back and watched. Jalen Walker, young defensive end, on the 83-yard touchdown run. He is the defensive end, and that guy's responsibility
on that end, on that side,
on
that he
the
broke.
right side. His responsibility is contain. Mm-hmm. If that running back gets outside him, he's gone, which we saw. And that guy's a track star in Jonathan Taylor. So he hits the offensive lineman pretty hard, or tight end, whoever it was, and then he sees the running back enter the pile.
Yep.
So then he slips inside the pile closer to where he thought the ball was going to go.
Yep.
What he should have done is kept leverage outside, maybe come around, or just squeeze down harder. And when you go down there and you let that tackle seal you off, you are screwed. And that's what happened. That's a young player's mistake. Yeah. That's a young guy trying to get on a tackle and jump in the pile and be a part of something, as opposed to doing his job, which is keep contained, squeeze down, make sure the running back is down before you, or past you, before you jump into that pile. And what happened was the running back ran into the pile, disappeared. He went in there to get the pile, and he bounced back out in a touchdown. The 3rd and 21, when we had another sack on 2nd and 10.
Atrocious.
It's 2nd and 10. We get another beautiful sack by our defense. That should be our ball in our game.
Yeah.
And 3rd and 21 comes up. We blitz some guys, and we don't keep our lanes.
Yeah, there's no spy.
He goes inside. Billy Bowman comes up from the safety position, nickel, and has an opportunity to kind of keep the quarterback who's running free from going outside. But he hits the guy that's blocking him on the inside. So now Daniel Jones runs another 8 or 9 yards. If he goes outside and makes Daniel Jones cut inside, Brandon Dorless is coming, more big guys are coming, and he probably gets 15 yards instead of 19, and maybe they don't go for it on 4th and 6 or whatever. So they get the 4th and 2, and the game's over.
I was thinking as soon as that run happened, I was like, this game's over. They're going to win.
What are your guys' thoughts on kicking the ball or getting the ball in overtime? Because with the rule change,
with the rule change, it's
give them the ball first, so you know what you need to do.
I think it's conditional to the team, right? So I heard Matt Schaub say that he doesn't have a problem the other day on the Fan, that he doesn't have a problem with them taking it. I disagree only with. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that I have the right to disagree with Matt Schaub about football, except for that. Mm-hmm. The only thing we know is that the defense is better than our offense, and that they have tried to hand us the ball 4 times today. We did get it twice. There's at least a chance to get the ball back from them in better field position than our shitty return
That's very
specialist.
True. Yeah, so special teams have been awful. Defense has been solid outside the couple long runs.
Right.
And if they kick a field goal, or you stop them, or they score a touchdown, you know exactly what you have to do to get back in the game. And you get 4 downs to do it now instead of 3.
That's the biggest point.
You get 4 downs.
If you go back to
because you can't punt.
49ers and Chiefs Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes was flipping out excited when the 49ers decided to take
the ball
first.
That was a huge talking point.
Now we get an extra down. We know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
If they kick a field goal, we know we got to score. If they don't do anything, we just got to kick a field goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if Raheem Morris completely forgot that it's now both teams get the ball.
I don't know. Maybe.
No,
I
don't do that.
I'm not saying. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if.
All right, well.
I mean, but what has shown you otherwise?
He's been around football too long. He knows the rules.
Does he know how clock works?
Well, that's...
yeah, see? All right, okay. Okay, so, to the Panthers. Worth noting, despite the score last time, Chuba Hubbard went 17 for 73. Not a lot. Tedero McMillan went 3 for 48. Not a lot. Mm-hmm. And yet they still kicked our ass. So, that was us handing them the game. They have since proven to be a better team, right?
I think so. They're 5-5.
A better team than we expected, I guess I meant to say. Right? And they're, by all metrics, a better team than us, which is really painful to say.
It was 30-0. It was 10-0 at half. It was an awful first half for us. Michael was off. Michael Penix was off a little bit, which he showed us in the first play of the second half when he threw a pick six when we got the ball back. I think our defense made a stop, and then we got the ball back and threw a pick six on one of our first plays. And then the rest was kind of history. He was all over the place. You had him throw the ball 43 times or 46 times in that game. We ran the ball for like 6 yards a carry, but we didn't run it that much because we didn't have the ball enough. So that's a very beatable team. I mean, they're 5-5 today, but they just took an L to the Saints 17-7. They scored 16 points a week prior in a win against the Packers some way. They got their heads beat in by the Bills 40-9. So those are the last 3 weeks.
And that's the kind of parity we're seeing in the NFL more recently, and I like that. But like, with the Falcons, it's unpredictable in a way that's just not unfair, incomprehensible, right? So I have no idea what to expect from this team this week, and even from Michael Penix.
I think that's fair to say. It's a head scratcher, and I don't know what to expect from Michael Penix either. I'd like to think that he has watched enough film over halfway through the season and got a chance to kind of, what do you call it, when you kind of take a deep breath and let it out? Decompress a little bit. And
is that too big a word for you, Andrew?
Get back to fundamentals and realize, get your footwork better, get some more timing with the guys that are in there now, practice hard all week long, because what you've been doing ain't working. And maybe, just maybe, the defense can show up and not give up 323 yards rushing to this team like they did last week.
Which their running back is third in the league, which is crazy.
Rico Dowdle?
No, Rico Dowdle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle's an absolute beast right now.
Guess who's the fourth worst run defense?
Falcons.
Yep.
Okay, so you just said something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Michael Penix's footwork. Again, on in the Berlin game, on Sunday in the Berlin game, I think it was at least 4 times when he turned around to hand the ball off and turned the wrong way. Talk to me about that and his footwork and I don't know enough to criticize footwork. So I don't know. I've just heard a lot of people say that. I know what I'm seeing when I see him turn the wrong way. Yeah. So talk to me about that and what's going on.
All right. So if we don't know the play, you got to kind of slow down the play and watch where the offensive linemen are going to know kind of where the running back's supposed to be. So it can either be the running back or the quarterback. Usually the running back goes the wrong way, either because he sees a blitz coming and you have to just totally abandon the fake and go pick up the blitzing linebacker.
Sure.
Because if you spend the time going for the fake and then you got to go back and get the blitzing linebacker, you're going to be too late. So that's when it looks silly sometimes, where you go to fake, but he's already going to block the linebacker.
Right.
So that's one example. The other one is one of the two went the wrong way, which is never good, because then you're not on the same page, and that's happened a couple times. And the third thing is you just lose your mind, and I don't know what the third one was. There's either abandon the fake, pick up blitz, or people are going the wrong way.
And see, like, I understand your point about picking up the blitz, but I've never thought it consistently, multiple games in the course of one season, why does our quarterback keep turning the wrong way to hand the ball off?
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. It's not always the quarterback.
I get that, but I'm saying I've never thought that before.
I know.
So I've watched enough football in my life to think that if it had happened that often, that I would have noticed that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about another thing with Penix. Is his intentional grounding. I can't.
Things we haven't seen in multiple games in this season. Quarterback and pistol.
Happens once a game.
Quarterback and pistol going the wrong way. We've probably seen it 3, 4, 5 times this year.
At least, is it 3 in a row?
I was just trying to see if there's some kind of record or something.
And then
I think it was 3 in a row.
Intentional groundings, 3 games in a row.
He's scared. I mean, he's got his knees blown out twice, so he.
I'm just going to tell you. Hold on. I just can't. I have a hard time accepting that too, because you can't play this game and think about that. I blew both my knees out. One in college and played another 13 years on it, and then to right one twice in the NFL and played 3 more years on that. Now, the first couple of games you think about it a little bit, but you move on. You can't play scared.
Right.
And you're right. He does look scared sometimes.
Yeah.
His footwork, he gets all nervous, and he freaks out. There's a freak out part about him in the pocket when pressure comes or something goes wrong, and his initial response, as opposed to try to like spin out or sprint out or do something,
throw it out of bounds.
He throws it at the feet of his lineman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that he has the awareness to get rid of the ball, but you can't get a penalty.
I'd rather him take the sack.
Yeah, you got to be. At some of the points,
I'd rather him take the sack because we're not losing a down. Intentional grounding isn't just penalty yards, it's loss of down. Yeah, and then, if you're doing it when he seems to have a knack for doing it, with 11 seconds left to go in a game or whatever, it's ending a quarter or ending a half or ending a game.
We should just have our running back stand in front of him so he can always throw it to him.
It's funny. Listen, I've talked to a bunch of guys. The only guy former player that I've talked to like Todd McClure, I've talked to Justin Blaylock. I've talked to, who did I talk to recently? Oh, Matt Schaub is another one. Mm-hmm. And there's one more. Oh, Michael Turner, who we had on
Roddy and Mike,
on Fincast last week. And to a man, each of them would say, well, they need to get under center more. They need to get under center more so you can run play action pass.
But Zach Robinson is smarter than them.
We are 32nd in the National Football League in the amount of under center snaps we've taken, which is 6%.
Jesus.
32nd. The teams at the top of that list, I think it's Seattle, New England, Detroit. All 5 of them are having 2 or less losses, I think.
If that's 6%, is that all passing, or is that just under times he took a snap? Because a lot of times, if he's just handing it off, right?
I don't know what they've done on the 6% of the time they've been under center. I don't know how many times they've run or play action or thrown.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out that the passing out of under center is even less.
Yeah, you might be right. So it's I guess the biggest thing is it's not working. So don't be so stubborn and just figure out how to change it.
Again, when I go back to that word farcical, that's what this franchise always does. It's no. We know we got this. This is right. There's no ability. It's just pure hubris. There's no ability for them to go, you know what? We're going to try something else. This isn't working. We were wrong. Any variety of we were wrong. We're changing something. Never, ever.
Here it is. Top 5 teams that go under center this year. Seattle, 70% of the time they're under center. The Rams, 69% of the time they're under center.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, get it.
Lions, 52% of the time under center. Bills, 51% of the time under center. And Patriots, 47% of the time. Those are the top 5.
Hey, those are all good teams, too.
They're all
that's weird.
7-2, 8-3, 6-3, 8-2.
Again, don't bring logic into this.
Bottom 5 teams in the NFL. And this was from Will Compton, Busting with the Boys, I think, and he tagged Dan Orlovsky because Orlovsky's been a big proponent of getting under center, at least sometimes. Here are the worst teams in the NFL. Not the worst teams, but the teams in the NFL that do not get under center. They do it the least amount of times. The Saints, 18% of the time. The Bengals, 15% of the time. They're not very good this year.
Nope.
The Chiefs, 11% of the time. Now, the Chiefs, you can kind of understand.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
He can threaten you with the scramble drill and the little keepers and everything else. The Commanders, 7% of the time. Again, Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota, who's filling in quite a bit. RPO, read options, quarterback runs.
Right.
Okay, Mariota's averaging like 25 yards a game rushing.
And what does our quarterback not do?
Run.
Yeah.
Falcons, 6% of the time, 32nd in the NFL.
What were the Commanders right above us?
Yes.
What was the percent?
7%.
7%, okay.
So it's frustrating. It's tough to watch, and I don't know if it'll ever change. And then if you don't change and you continue to do the same things, then you're
definition of insanity, right?
To get fired. And I don't want to see people get fired. I want to see people get better at their jobs, 100%. I want to see this team win games. This is not a Carolina team you should lose to. You know Bryce Young is not very good.
Because he went to Alabama.
And that's not why he's not very good. He's a little guy and he's
a
thin.
short king.
He is completing 61% of his passes this year, 11 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. What they've been relying on is Rico Dowdle running it down your throat for 5.3 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, 5 big plays, 70, 80 yards a game. So he's been an absolute beast for them. Then you throw in Chuba Hubbard as well, who's having a nice season. So
Rico Dowdle, 1 year, $2.75 million.
It's probably,
Cowboys let him go.
Well, another franchise.
You saw he did it to the Cowboys when the Carolina played the Cowboys?
Yeah.
He had a ridiculous game. He had over 200 yards.
Oh, did you see? He actually, so he got fined, Rico did, for doing have you guys seen Key and Peele?
Of course.
So he did the 2 pumps.
Oh.
And he got a fine.
He got fined.
He does it right in front of the ref and is like,
so I saw the Panthers posted a clip. Dave Canales had one of the, I can never remember. Yeah. The one that doesn't make the horror movies.
Right.
That's always on.
Kegel, Mike, and Key.
So he came and did a Zoom call with them. And
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So I have to. They're going to adjust the skit. Anyway, we're running long.
Let's wrap it
tighten
up.
this thing up a little bit.
I don't have a prediction. I have no idea what to expect of this team. I think there's a good chance we win, and I just think there's a remarkable chance that we lose in some unique and exciting way. So
dealing with a couple injuries. Hopefully, they can overcome those. Hopefully, Drake London is wide receiver number 1, almost in the league the last 4 weeks, too. Mm-hmm. He's been awesome. 2 weeks, I think. He's got, 15 catches, 4 touchdowns.
It's like our whole offense.
And if he's smart, when he becomes a free agent, he won't sign here.
Go look at how many people are catching balls for our guy. Like a total of 5 people, multiple weeks, have cut only. Like when Matt Ryan was here, he would complete the ball to like 9, 10, 11, 12 dudes would catch a ball. We complete the ball to 5 people in a game. And you force it to Drake, which is fine. He's a machine.
He's got great hands. He can take ball. I mean, we've seen it. Yeah, keep going.
Doesn't matter. You can't lose to Carolina at home and expect people to be happy and expect somebody not to get fired. So just go out there and find a way to win, please. As Raheem likes to say, we're going to find a way to fix it, and hopefully they find a way.
Yeah, if you could define what it is, then I would be surprised.
Just stop the run, and we should have this.
Yeah, I agree.
I know that's easier said than done.
Yeah, we knew that last week.
Because we knew hone down on Jonathan Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Key down on him, and, well, we saw what happened. So, all right, Falcons fans, we will see you next week on FinCast. Until then, go Dirty Birds, I guess.
Rise up.
Rise up, please, man.